Alright, the Tactacam Solo Xtreme. Just got this in the mail from Tactacam today. And we're going to open it up and look at it together. My super awesome box cutter here. Here we go. Tactacam always does a great job of packaging these things. You gotta cut this open right here. There's like a magnet on the box, so you can keep this box and store your camera in. Check her out. Instead of listening to me ramble on about how nice the box is, I'll just say keep the box, store your camera in it. It is foam lined with velvet, and it holds the camera in place nicely. That top layer actually comes out and has a little storage compartment for your battery. It'll hold an extra battery, micro SD cards, and your charging cable. And now let's get inside of this Solo Xtreme. As you can see here, twist this to unlock. Pull the back cap off. Make sure it's all the way unlocked. It'll pop off of there. Back cap has a little slot that corresponds with the tab on the battery to hold that in place firmly. And it does come with the battery. You should charge these before using them. It does not come with a memory card, but we'll go over that once we open this box here. Put this back in. The battery only goes in one way, so pretty easy to figure out. It only goes in the one way. Tabs on the bottom, and then inside you can also see them. Goes in. Line up your dot with the unlock tab. Make sure that the lugs on the back cap go into place, and then give it a turn over to lock. And it's new, so it's kind of stiff, but there it is. You will need to get a Class 10 U3 micro SD card, and make sure you charge your Tactacam Solo Xtreme battery. It does come with the battery and the charger, but you will need to get the micro SD card. Now we're going to go over some features of the Solo Xtreme, like image stabilization, the red dot overlay, the 8x zoom. It's waterproof, which makes cleaning it a breeze, and it has a slim and sleek design that makes it easy to mount to your markers without having to worry about getting hung up on stuff out in the field. Now we're going to connect to the Tactacam Connect app and look at some of those features. Go to the App Store and download the Tactacam Connect app, and then connect your Solo Xtreme to it. Connect the Wi-Fi to power it on, and get into the settings, and let's take a look at some of those now. Now I'm connected. I'll hit Control. It'll enable the preview, and the three lights at the top of the screen, the far right would be the time-lapse mode, the center dark blue would be zoom, and far to the left would be the general mode. You can totally customize all these modes, and we'll look at the settings now. Let's get in there. First thing we have is the white balance, which adjusts the color temperature of your footage. And then we have the date stamp. You can choose the date, time, or none. And then the frequency, auto 50 or 60 hertz, and it gives you a description there of what you should be using those for. And then next thing we have is the video size, which would be your pixels and frames per second. Your larger resolution gives sharper image quality, and higher frame rates will give you a smoother playback. And it gives you the recommended frame rates for your various filming. And then video quality set to superfine, minimizes compression, and provides the sharpest image quality, although it may take up more room in your memory card. And you can kind of see these as we go down the time-lapse settings, duration, and interval. There's a description on each one of these adjustments. It's really easy to set this up. You can also take still photos and choose your resolution in the settings. Next we have exposure compensation. The EV comp is adjustable to accommodate for the snow or backlighting or shadows to brighten or darken your footage. I usually keep mine set to -1. Next we have the fast motion video, which is different from your time lapse, increases the speed of your video playback. And then I believe the next thing we have is the image stabilization, which is fantastic, especially with slow motion. Next we have the one-touch record. As soon as you power up your camera, it starts recording. And then blackout mode, which you can turn the lights off. I'll leave my lights on, as well as the next setting, which is the vibration. I'll definitely keep that on because I'll be the first person that forgets to turn his camera off. Wind noise reduction I keep off so you can catch all the noise I catch. The red dot overlay, we can take a look at that real quick. I don't use that because I use the film through sight adapter or a rail mount, but here it is. Next we have the auto rotate setting, which I'll leave off because if I'm upside down, I want you to see how upside down I am. The slow motion, I'll be playing with that on and off, and also with my editing software. Loop record. This is an interesting feature I'm going to use more of to try to save some space on my memory card. To adjust the zoom, select which mode at the top of the screen, and then use the slide bar at the bottom of the screen. You can go from 3x zoom to 8x zoom. You can also use the your scope zoom on your film through sight adapter if you have one. And here's a little video from that now.